Hello and welcome to another Steps of Sussex live chat. Hello, I hope you are all okay and I hope you've had a really fabulous few days. And if you are celebrating Mother's Day yesterday, or rather if you did celebrate Mother's Day yesterday, I hope you really had an amazing Mother's Day, even though it would have been a little bit different. Everyone, or rather large amounts of the population, having to stay at home. For a lot of people, Mother's Day will have been very, very different. Now, in the UK, we do celebrate Mother's Day in March. I think a few other Commonwealth countries do too. But in the USA and lots of other countries around the world, that day is actually May. So I'm hoping that the May Mother's Day will be a lot better for people in the future. Maybe things will be a little bit back to normal. We do not know, but we can hope. So as always, this is a live chat and I am going to the live stream now, or rather I'm going to try and find it. If it's there, I will go onto it. Now, I did do a chat on my other channel, Royal Reviewer, just about half an hour ago, and I was having a lot of internet connection issues. I don't know whether it was from my side, I don't know whether it was my internet provider's side, I don't know if it was YouTube, or I don't know if it was the volume of people, because people are staying at home, people using the internet. So, if I am buffering, if I do look grainy, if anything happens, just try and refresh, but just know that there is nothing that I can do from my end. So I do apologise if there are any internet connection interruptions or anything of that nature. Hello to everyone. Let me just turn the volume down on this. There we go. I didn't realise I'd turned it back up again. Right, so I think I dropped out for a few seconds. If it does it, just sort of wait and I will reconnect as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully that won't show in the chat replay. By the way, any links that I do share throughout this chat, I will post in the description box below. Also, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Throughout these times, it really does help. I'm classed as being self-employed and, YouTube is being affected. I know people are at home and people are watching a lot of videos out there, but certain videos I believe are being suppressed, especially news videos, and live streams most definitely are. Every creator got an email about live streams being suppressed because of, obviously, they don't know what you're talking about and they do not have the manpower at the moment to manually review things. So views are not as good as what they could be. So I'm going to post my Patreon link out there. So if any of you feel like supporting the channel beyond watching the video, just know that I am incredibly thankful if you do, because these are crucial times. And hey, if I don't work, I don't get paid. So I don't have sick pay. If I'm ill, I've got to work. But I wanted to talk about what's going on. Well, it kind of highlighted it to me with the Mother's Day posts that were being put with the social media. In my chat on Royal Reviewer, I did a really in-depth full review of the social media posts regarding Mother's Day. And I spoke about how Sussex Royal and Kensington Royal, the Instagram accounts, are pretty much neck and neck when it comes to followers, and they have been for the past maybe 4 months. So they've roughly been kind of hovering and hovering around the 11.3 million mark, and they've been kind of going up and down on the graph, almost kind of like neck and neck. And a lot of people have noticed how that does seem to be a bit weird, and people have mentioned in the media about bots. Now, if you don't know what a bot is, it's like a fake account that doesn't have a real person behind it. It may have a company behind it, or it may have a state behind it. Sometimes people have been accused, some certain countries around the world have been accused of employing bots in certain elections and that kind of thing. It's basically fake accounts that follow, like, subscribe a particular channel, celebrity, institution, business, company, country, whatever it might be, and they either affect it in a negative way or a positive way. Sometimes it's just to boost subscribers, and there are videos out there on YouTube where YouTubers have paid these companies and these different things that are out there to gain subscribers and follows and likes and shares and all the rest of it, and they have worked. Some people have done it for a video just to see if it works, and they've kind of tried to expose it all. Lots of people have speculated that there might be some kind of going on with the Kensington Royal Instagram page and the Sussex Royal one with for a long time. It was a video as they were nicknamed, so it's been going on for a long time. So for them to be suddenly to have such a huge increase in subscribers at the same time that Sussex Royal emerged, some people have viewed that as being slightly dodgy, shall we say, or rather it's suspicious. It could be a little bit suspicious. We don't know if that's true. When it comes to bot accounts, I know certainly for YouTube, occasionally YouTube has a purge on accounts that they scan. They send out scans, and any accounts that they inactive, suspicious activity, any account that they deem to be not a real account or not to have a real person behind it, they do purge. And I know that, I've had notifications that they will be doing a purge, and YouTube channels may notice a decrease in subscriber count, and that's the reason why. I have no doubt in my mind that Instagram would do something similar. I imagine every now and again they have a purge on accounts that they deem to be not real and not to have a real person behind them. So if there are bot account followers on anyone's account, I would imagine that they would be rooted out. If you go to Harry and Meghan's latest post, the one for Mother's Day, I'm going to share the link here. Ooh, to this little post. I'm going to share the link there right now, and I'm going to click on it and kind of scroll down. So there are account names that obviously do have real people behind them. There are lots of positive comments, and there also are a lot of negative comments. If you look on the posts when they very first go up, the comments are mostly positive comments, and I believe that this is because people who are true subscribers of Sussex Royal are getting the notifications, or they might literally just be on Instagram at the time that these posts are being made, or they're looking for them, and then they're finding them, they're liking them, they're leaving positive comments. And then if there are these sort of, bot companies or these companies that are paid to be negative towards a particular brand or a celebrity, that kind of thing, they kind of come in later and, try to swamp with negative. The first comment, unfortunately, that comes up for me, I don't know about your computers, but for me, when you click on that post, is a very negative comment from another social media entity, shall we say. I'm not even going to call it out by name, but this is definitely a real person behind that comment. So that particular comment, just in case you're wondering, it's the one that has 1,119 likes currently at the time of me reading this, with 182 replies. I'm not going to read it. It's not very nice. That person behind that account is never positive towards Harry and Meghan, so I'm not going to read it. But if you scroll down a little bit more, there is a blank profile that's got an A_J_Bear. And if you click on that, and I will share the link to this account just in the live chat so that you can follow along. If you look, that account has no posts, it has no followers, and it's following nobody. And it's got no picture, so it's got no activity. It's also set to private. So it's accounts like those that people are suspecting of being a bot account or a fake account used to leave negative comments and that kind of thing. So if you look at the comment that person has made, again, it's a negative comment. And what also is suspicious for someone that has no photos, no followers, no shares, is that it's fairly eloquent. Obviously, I don't agree with what the comment is saying, but it's eloquent. It's written in sentences. There's, as far as I can see, casting my teacher's eye over it, there are no spelling mistakes. The grammar seems fairly okay. Um, so it seems like that there could be some kind of intelligent entity behind it. Is it a bot? Is it a company? I don't know. But there are these suspicious activities going on. Again, I've just clicked on another one. Um, that one might have a person behind it, but no photo. But there are lots of them. If you scroll down, there are, obviously there are how many comments? Let me just check. I'm just going to check the actual post to see. Well, it's 622,000 likes, so it's going to have a lot of comments on it. And I just want to see what people are saying all about it. Kathy G, I agree with you. Don't read the comments. Very toxic. And Lek Lady says, I hope when they change their name, they will eliminate the ability to comment. That's one thing can you turn it off? I don't think on Instagram you can turn off comments. I don't think you can turn them off. I've got an Instagram account and I'm just thinking, I don't remember seeing an option to turn off comments. Whether or not they could speak to Instagram and get them to turn it off, that would be up to them to, seeing as they have so many millions of subscribers, that might be something that they could have leverage in talking to Instagram about. Obviously, soon it will be the 1st of April, which is when Harry and Meghan officially leave the royal family. They step back from their as being senior royals. They did hint in their website that they would be refreshing their branding. So, will we see an entirely refreshed Sussex Royal account when it comes to the 1st of April? I don't know. They may wait a little bit longer, but the logical time to make that switch would be the 1st of April. So I'm sure we are all going to be waiting to see what happens on the 1st of April with regards to that. Louisa says, teacher's eye, are you a teacher? I was in a previous existence, yes. I used to work in special needs education for 10 years before I did this full time. Louisa says, was a lovely one, even during those strange days. The Big Apple is foggy, rainy and snowy. Oh, I like the sound of snow though, I really do. But yeah, people are being advised to stay indoors and keep yourselves safe. You follow your own local government or council advice. Yeah, and I wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day from yesterday. Some people are saying that some of these potential bot accounts and companies could be very, very orchestrated. I'm not sure who orchestrated by. I'm sure many of you will have your own opinions on who it could be orchestrated by, but the fact remains that there is no proof or evidence of any one individual or any group of individuals, small or large, being directly behind an orchestrated attempt. Now, it does seem that obviously if somebody was paying bots or employing a company to be negative about Harry and Meghan, then that would class as being orchestrated. But my point is, we don't know who is behind it. So I don't want to speculate on who that could be because, any type of speculation with regards to that might be wrong and false and incorrect, and we don't want to wrongly accuse people of being behind something that we don't even know is actually happening. This is just something, is speculation that is being spoken about. But when you do check out the comments, if you can drag yourself out there to do it, if you've got the stomach for it, then there are some really weird accounts out there posting, and it does ask the question, who is behind them? Why are they there? And also, another point, and I made this on my other channel, Royal Reviewer, only about an hour ago now, is if you haven't got anything nice to say about someone, then don't say it at all. I mean, I am sure, you've all been raised to be sensible grown-ups, to be adults, and most of the people out here leaving comments on the Cambridge's accounts and the Sussex's accounts, are adults, and some people are just not. I think some people are forgetting that they are adults, and how they have been raised. And a lot of people will have been raised and brought up to show respect, and with the mantra that if you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say it at all. If you don't like the Cambridges or you don't like the Sussexes, I know obviously this is a Sussex channel, so we're not going to have many people who don't like the Sussexes. But if you are of one of the different factions that have formed, then you don't have to go onto that other person's account and leave a negative comment. But of course, we are talking about these kind of bots and these potential companies that could be being employed to leave negative comments. We don't know who they are. We don't even know if people are actually doing it. But all I'm saying is there are some really weird accounts out there. Pat Long says, here, here. Sharon says, the problem is haters are vicious and people go on the defence. It's a vicious cycle. Again, I think people need to maybe not read the comments. I mean, I know I've read a comment on my chat saying, I don't read the comments, they're toxic. I think that would probably be a really good idea. Then you aren't going to get upset by it. Just enjoy the post that was there. And if we go to the Harry and Meghan's Mother's Day post, it was a lovely post. Mummy, mum, mom, mama, granny, nan, thank you. No matter what you call your mum this Mother's Day in the UK, we honour the mums all over the world who do so much every single day, and now more than ever, thank you. It's a lovely post. It has a really lovely sentiment. There's no need to compare it to anyone else's post. It's just a nice post. It's a nice standalone post, representing Mother's Day around the world, and the fact that different people call their mothers different things, and that different mothers mean different things to different people, or rather different people are different mothers to different people. If you know what I mean, like, for example, some people might not have a mother, so that their actual gran might be a mother figure, or your mother figure could be a friend, or if you're in certain communities, it could be just an elder person that you respect, that you look up to as a mother. And I think that's what that message was trying to get across. And for me, it worked. For me, it was a success. There are always going to be negative people out there that are going to try and drag people down. But yeah, it is what it is. It was a nice post. It was a lovely post. And I think people should just enjoy it for what it is. Ian Tanjali says, poorly raised people think negative comments are clever, and that's wrong. I totally agree with you. 100 million bazillion %. Oh no, Maria is on day 16 of staying in the house, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah, I bet you are going mad. I bet you are. So I'm going to give you a really beautiful Sussex Squad, Sussex Steppers fan flap to make you happy. And I'll do it again. There we go. That one's just for you and anyone else who has had to stay in the house for a long time. Debbie says it may be best to ignore negative. Go ahead. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Leave a positive comment, of course. But you know, like I say, the little drop down box. If you click on the post, I'm doing it now. You can add a comment. You can add a positive comment without ever having to read any of the negative ones, is what I'm saying. So just don't read them. If it's going to upset you, if it's going to get you angry at a time when we don't need to be angry, because a lot of us are anxious and worried about what's going on in the world right now, just don't read them. Just don't read them. If they haven't got anything nice to say, like I said, don't say it at all. But if they are saying it, then it says a lot more about them than it does about you. So just let them be. Karma is a you-know-what, and it will come around and bite them on the butt. You know what I'm saying. Because it will. Maria says, thank you for your beautiful fan flap. Oh, yeah, New Zealand. Lots of places are being, I'm going to say, shut down for a while, and I have no idea how long it will take for things to return to normal. I really don't. Right, I'm going to move on from the land of bots and fake companies and comments and all that nonsense, and I am going to talk now about a different story. So this story's been doing the rounds for, I don't know, a little while now, and it's all about the British tabloids. Yeah, let's. Where is it? So, this is a story where a co-worker of Meghan's, when she was working on Suits, Simon Rex, has come forth and said in an interview, so this is something that he has actually said himself, so this isn't speculation. This is what he has actually said. Now, of course, he doesn't have any, well, I don't know if he has any proof. He hasn't showed any proof that this happened, but the one thing that is certain is that he did say this. So he has said that British tabloids have offered him £70,000, or no, $70,000. What's that in pounds? About 60,000 pounds to lie about his relationship with Meghan, and they wanted him to say that he dated her. So, yeah, I think what the actual story was, it was in May of 2018, the Sun tabloid newspaper in the UK ran an exclusive interview with Rex where the Sun claimed that he spoke about why he didn't go for a second date with Meghan. So, in reality, what Rex actually said was that they just had a platonic lunch. Nothing happened. This is quotes. Nothing happened. We never even kissed. We hung out once in a very non-datey way. In other words, they just had lunch. The actor said on the Hollywood Raw podcast. So that is out there if you'd listen to Hollywood Raw podcast. He continues, she was just someone I had met on a TV show and we got lunch. That was the extent of it. When that broke, a couple of British tabloids offered to pay me a lot of money to say I lied that we actually hooked up. He continued, I said no to a lot of money because I didn't feel right lying and F-wording up the royal F-wording family. And then Rex gave a figurative amount of how much. He says, it was a lot of money, man. I think they offered me like $70,000. So there we go. Yeah, he has literally come out and said that the British tabloids offered him a large amount of money to say that he hooked up with Meghan. Now, just imagine if he'd actually not had the scruples that he actually had. Now, we spoke earlier about people being raised well. Now, here is a man who actually does have scruples. He was loyal. And also, he had honour. He acted very honourably in not lying, just for money. He could have walked away with $70,000, but he didn't. He told the truth. He didn't want his reputation coming under fire. He didn't want to ruin Meghan's reputation. He didn't want to harm the royal family in the UK. But he did highlight that a lot of money had been offered to tell a lie, or rather, to twist the truth and to tell a lie. Well, it was a downright lie that they'd hooked up when indeed they hadn't. They just had lunch. So it just goes to show that the British press were actually actively behind the scenes trying to come up with negative stories that they could use to get column inches, to make more money. I mean, let's face it, they would have made even more money off the back of that story than the initial 70,000. For them, it would have been a really good investment. 70,000 for a story that could have raked them in hundreds and hundreds of thousands, possibly millions. So that would have been a good investment for them if he'd have taken it, but it would have been a lie. And let's just be thankful that he had some good scruples. So I'm going to give him a yellow fan flap, and I'll also give him a Sussex one as well, for having scruples and being honourable. There we go. Let's go down. Sharon says, oh, for Pete's sake, what is wrong with people? Indeed. Kathy G says, nothing surprises me anymore, sad. Kaneta says, lovely brooch. Thank you so, so much. It is the Queen's flower basket brooch. Very springy. So I thought I'd wear it because it's very springy. Nefesha Priest says, they spent 2 days with her father prepping him for an interview. That would not surprise me in the slightest. Hang on, I'm just reading up a little touch. Kaneta says, is it spring yet? Yes, I think it's classed as spring. Although, for everyone with what's going on in the world right now, it may as well be the Dark Ages. Elect Lady says, what the real people on Kensington Royal Post do is throw shade. Some, but not all, of the comments throw shade about Harry and Meghan. Don't read it. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. You aren't going to be able to stop them. Maybe, I mean, I don't know whether Instagram or even the people behind the accounts, the people that are actually running them, could do something. But when you're dealing with thousands of comments, I know what it's like on my own YouTube channels, to try and keep on top of thousands of comments across a platform is very, very difficult, unless you've got filters or things that could kind of intelligently work it out. I'm sure that will come in the future. I'm sure Instagram and Twitter and YouTube will probably have automated things at some point which will be able to screen out things that they don't want. But until then, it's so difficult for individuals to just go through all the comments. And also, it's hard reading all of that negativity. With YouTube, comments are automatically held for review. I can actually set certain words that flag up, that hold the comments for review. YouTube also do a little bit of automated where they will pick up on things that they think might be spam. I'm not quite sure how it works with Instagram, but I know from having an Instagram account that that I can't control. I can't set like blocked words and stuff like that. Not that I'm aware of anyway. So you have to go through each comment manually and read them to delete them, which when you're dealing with thousands and thousands and thousands of comments on a channel that has 11.3 million subscribers or followers on Instagram, it's very difficult. It's very, very tricky. It's not just as simple as, removing comments, just saying, well, we'll just remove the comments. It's tricky. It is tricky. Susie Cute says, I honestly need to restore my faith in humanity. Yeah, I quite agree. Pat Long says, we really need to see about you getting a new yellow fan. This one's kind of, it's all the flapping I do. I do lots of flapping. Nefesha Priest says, I think they leave the negative comments on Instagram to use as evidence, quite possibly, especially if you're dealing with cases of bullying and abuse, racist comments. If you delete them, they're not there to prove that they happened. It's horrible that they are there in the first place. It's horrible just to think that somebody has those thoughts in their head, and then they decide not only to have them in their head, but then they decide to spill them and infect the rest of a platform with their own self-loathing, because that's all it is. It's their own self-loathing, and it's horrible. It's just horrible. Betty says, if they have so much money to give away willy-nilly, there are a lot of charities and homeless people out there who they could throw that amount of money to. Who is throwing money? And can somebody throw some money my way? I'm here. I have a Patreon. I have PayPal. Kathy G says, is it true that Kensington Palace leave the negative comments about the Sussexes but remove and block negative comments about themselves? I have no idea because I haven't checked. The only way to do that would be to go on and read the comments and then go back maybe a day later and see what's there and what's not there. That would be the only way. And to be quite honest, can anyone be bothered to do that? If you can be bothered to do that, you do it for me and tell me. Do some screenshots and tell me. Kaneta says, I haven't read much today from the Sussexes. I don't think they posted today. I did no, it's still the Mother's Day post, and I don't believe there's no Instagram stories either. So no, their last post was the Mother's Day post. Louisa talking to Zlee says, lots of family. The internet will provide lots of fun and interesting classes and activities too. Yes, there are lots of things going on the internet. Free concerts from musicians, relaxation videos. People are doing free fitness and workout things. So there are things going on. Look for them, type them in. Things are out there. And also vlogs. Right, it's Monday. So don't forget, on my third channel, I've got 3 channels, my goodness. How am I juggling them? I don't know. So I've got my Royal Reviewer channel, I've got this one, Steps of Sussex, and I've also got my weekly vlog channel. So today's Monday, and every Monday at around 7 p.m. GMT, I broadcast my weekly vlog. It's this week, it's about 38 minutes. It's about 38 minutes long, and it's all about what I get up to in the week. It also includes my dining room renovation, garden, cats, going out, all that kind, or staying in, I should say. So if you want to be entertained, if you're looking for something, if you're stuck at home and you want to be entertained, go to Elliot's British Life and the vlog will appear. Now, I can't preset it to appear because I'd have to preset it to be the next day, and I want it to be on a Monday. So I finish editing it on a Monday, I upload it, and then it gets put out there pretty much at 7 p.m. GMT. So be around on that channel, keep refreshing round about 7, and it should just show up. And also make sure you hit the bell on that channel to try and get notifications. Right, I am going to go now. So I've spoken about a lot of negative things. So I don't know. I want to end on a positive. Oh, hang on. Before I try and end on a positive, which channel? My vlog channel is. I'm going to type it in. Right, it's Elliot's British Life. There we go. So Elliot's British Life, go to there and subscribe. I've been doing a weekly vlog now for about 1.5 years, so it's all on there. So if you want to catch up chronologically with what I've been doing over the past 1.5 years, there's plenty of content on there to keep you busy. Right, there we go. So what can we end with on a positive? I'm struggling because of everything that's going on in the world right now. With all the negative stories I've spoke about today, I'm struggling for a positive. It's almost like we need to do a rose and a thorn of the day. Well, obviously our thorns are all the negative and everything that's going on in the world right now, but I need a rose. I need a rose of the day. So give me a rose of the day. Can someone give me a rose of the day? Right, I'm going to end on Skeptical Maiden's comment, which says, have a great day, stay safe and blessed be. I think that is a really nice, really uplifting comment to end on. And also, yeah, we are here together. No bad energy, and look after your loved ones. I'm liking all these positive comments. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media. Also hit the bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And also, like I said, I also have a Patreon account, which would, if you want to support me be on this channel beyond watching the videos, then click on the link in the description box below, and it will take you to my Patreon, where there are 2 options to choose from. So, from me in Shropshire, mwah to you all, and goodbye.